All right, so we have a small but mighty group tonight. We have today is August 12th, and just checking in with everybody, whoever's watching this. We have a lot of people that are close to hitting Success Club, but not quite there. I think Heather's hit it, so yay for her. And a few people that have helped two people so far. And so if you're not there, it's okay. Just keep going because we are not even halfway through the month and we have plenty of things to share with people. There you are, a little bit. So we have lots to share, and just invite people to things. Invite to our accountability group. We have size out. We have the 3-day refresh for sale. So if you don't know much about the 3-day refresh, ask or look it up in the back office, and it'll give you some information about it. But it's great for an end of summer kind of thing for people wanting to get kind of started with things. So just get out there and invite and share with people what's working for you. And you have plenty of time to help 3 people. So this Monday, we have something called the Coach's Sneak Peek coming up. And I'm not really some of you may have even been in one when you first started, but I kind of just wanted to share what that was so you know a little bit more of what you could share with others and invite them to. It is a 3-day accountability, well, not really accountability group, but a private group run by myself and Shalise and Annette and Robin. We have several posts a day for those 3 days, and we talk about what Beachbody coaching is, what we do, how you make money. There's some testimonials from some other coaches on our team. I know the plan was to update it pretty soon with some summit stuff and more different, just change it up in case we have new, the same people seeing it again. We have not updated it yet though. But, anybody that has ever asked about Beachbody is a customer now and has been loving Shakeology and isn't sure about coaching. Anyone that maybe has said they can't afford Shakeology or can't afford the program, inviting them to see what it is all about to maybe pay for their product or get it at the future discount. So those are all different things you can invite, but it's just, I always explain to them that it's a free 3-day group, no obligation. They can just sit back and kind of watch the posts. People don't really understand what it means. I think a lot of people are like, well, what time do I have to be on there? So it's pretty big to explain to them that they can, catch up on the videos or the posts whenever they get home from work or whenever they have some free time, and we keep it open for some time. So if they don't catch it all at the right time, it's okay. It's a great way just to get some info out there and get people kind of questioning. I do have some success with people signing up after a sneak peek. Other times it's just kind of the initial, and still it may take some people some time after that to make their decision, but at least it's an opportunity to provide them with more information than just, a quick video. So that starts on Monday. If you have anybody you want to add to it, or if you want to be in it just to check it out so you know what to share with people, what it's like, let me know and I'll add you to it, and then you can add your people to the group. And then speaking about adding people, if you have anybody that, along the way is buying challenge packs from you, or you are able to add any of your customers to our team accountability group. So make sure you know that you can just add them in. You go to the corner where it says add people to this group and type in their name and get them added on and introduce them to the group, and let them be a part of that, because that's what we're selling. We're selling us. We're not selling the products, because they can get the products off of Amazon. So you want to make sure that people know that they can get that we provide the accountability for them and that great support group that we have. And it's just awesome. So many people are on there, and so many people are, it's the first accountability group that I've seen be this successful. So, and like just so responsive and people posting all the time. So it's really great. If you have anybody that you put in the free group, the free challenge group, just make sure you're checking in with them, asking them how they like it, and then kind of just talk to them a little bit more about what their fitness goals are, and talk with them more about possibly, trying something new. It's a little early, but my goal for next month's free group, so maybe you guys can start brainstorming a little bit. I'm going to change it up a little bit. I've been reading The Slight Edge, and I don't know if you guys have read that at all, but there is a part in it about, it's like, I don't even know what they called it, but I'm calling it like a happiness project. So we're going to do something that's not fitness related at all, actually, for our free group next month. It's going to be it gives you, the book, in the part of the book, gives you a couple different topics of what daily things you should be doing to be happy. So, and part of it is exercise, so it does go along with what we do. So, and I'm hoping maybe we can kind of reach out and attract some new people, and it'll be, it'll have daily things that each person has to do and check in daily, just like our other free groups, but it's going to be more focused on internal and personal development than it's going to be on physical development. So I think it'll be fun and different. And if anybody has any ideas or anything to help with that, let me know. So I've been getting a lot of questions about coach placement and volume, and I've posted a few videos about it. I am going to, this may end up being something we talk about again on another call. Hopefully people will watch the recording and I can share this with them, that this was on the recording. So I'm going to walk through as much as I can without it getting too confusing of coach placement, why you want to get to Emerald, why you want to get to Diamond, what happens when you place people, and how the volume works. Again, I'm going to try my best. It can get a little confusing. It takes some time to really understand it. So I've spent some time watching some YouTube videos. You guys could do the same. I've posted a couple YouTube videos to check out. A lot of that is where I'm getting my information now. So I posted one tonight on coach placement. And so it's Melanie Mitro talking about it. And what she recommends you do is you first start off by identifying a weak and a strong leg. What is happening is, even if you have nobody underneath you in terms of your own personally sponsored coaches, our team is still growing and our team is still building. So anybody that adds a coach to the team after you're added gets added to your leg as well, and you get that volume as well. So that's why when we talk about this being a team effort and everybody working together, we all benefit from our team growing. So say you started and I've added 3 or 4 people under you and you're on my right leg. All of those people are going to, volume will count towards yours. When you go into my business, my volume, you're going to see if there's volume. If you have volume on your left leg or on your right leg, then that is what's going to be considered your stronger leg, because that's where I've placed, or other coaches have placed people since you've become a coach. Like when you go into your back office and you see you have a new coach in your organization and it's not a coach you've added, that's somebody else that's added a coach to the same leg that you're on. So that becomes your strong leg. Then you want to go into my business where it says graphical genealogy, and you're going to see if there are people on one side. So same thing. If there are people on there that, even if they don't say PS, then that's your strong leg. The goal is, just starting out, once you get to Emerald, is to make your strong leg and weak leg as equal as possible in volume. So when you get to that point where you're adding a coach, you want to go to set my business, and it's preferred placement. And that's where you set your preferred placement to whether your new coach will go to your left leg or your right leg. So if say your strong leg is your right leg, you want to add your stronger business builders starting off onto your left leg, which is your weak leg, so that their volume and their adding coaches will kind of start catching you up in terms of volume. You do have 3 days after you've placed a coach. If you realize that's not the right leg you want them on, you do have 3 business days to email coach relations and say you want them moved to another leg. After that, they're there forever. So you can't change people. Once you get to the point, so obviously you want to get to Emerald, which is, I'm going to share a screen here. Oh no, hold on. Desktop. Okay, do you see this right here? Okay. So to get to Emerald, obviously you guys already know, you have you and one personally sponsored coach and then a second personally sponsored coach. So once you get to Emerald, you begin earning $14 for every time you cycle. We'll hopefully get to that. I'll try and get to all of this as quickly as I can. So what your first coach you want to try and add to your strong leg. Now, if you've already added coaches, and whether it's your strong or weak leg, it's okay, because now we can kind of once you're to Emerald, once you have coaches on both sides, is where you can start placing your newest coaches on your strong or weak leg. So if you're at Emerald and you've noticed that like your right leg has 300 PVs, but your left leg only has 100, then you need to start adding more coaches to your weak leg. So that way those volume points will catch up. Because what happens is, as you can see, it is Thursday payday, and they take all the volume on your right leg, all the volume on your left leg. Every time I can subtract $200 PVs, from my strong leg, and I subtract 100 PVs from my weak leg, then I will earn $14. If this number was like 1,000 and this number was 500, say, then we would cycle 2, 4, 6, 8, 5 times here and 105 times here to make it 14 times 5 in your bonus. Now that can happen several times. So that's where, in terms of financial benefits, that's where you start to benefit. So once your right leg and left leg even out a little bit more, you're able to cycle more and make more money. Now, the benefit, whatever's left over, if there's any volume left over, it's called rollover volume, and it will roll over to your following week. So whatever that's left over, it's okay, it'll roll over, it doesn't disappear. So anytime you have all these people on the goal ultimately to start is obviously to get to Emerald, so you can even start earning the $14 cycles. Once you've gotten there, second goal should be to get your weak leg as even as possible to your stronger leg. Because then what happens next is you want to get to Diamond. So Diamond is where you're going to be making $18 every time you cycle. So you have 4 personally sponsored coaches on one side, 4 personally sponsored coaches on the other side, and on each side you have an Emerald coach. It sounds like a lot, but it's really not as much as, it's not hard to get there, especially if you're sponsoring, here and there you add a couple of your discount coaches, they're your placeholders. As soon as you get somebody that wants to work the business and they're right off the bat, they want to make money, they're into this, they love it, they want to start sharing it with people, that's where you also need to make sure you keep track of your preferred placement. Because if somebody's on your right and they've already started working the business and they're almost to Emerald, then your next business worker, whether it's your strong or weak leg, needs to go on that opposite side. It's hard to do. When I had like 2 or 3 emeralds on one leg and nothing on my left. I couldn't get an emerald on my left. So it took me a long time to get to diamond because of that. I had all the coaches I needed. I had more, but it just happened that I wasn't as strategic as maybe I should have been placing coaches. It's hard to know because sometimes you don't always know if they're going to work the business right away. The other benefit of adding your spouse is if you already have an emerald on the opposite side, you try and put a worker on the opposite side of your spouse, because then you can build your spouse to emerald, and then you can build, you have that other coach to emerald. So like I now started building my husband, he's halfway to emerald. So anytime I get a discount coach, I'm going to put them under him. So they know I'm still their coach. They know I'm still but I just give them his account, and then that way I can build him, and he can start earning bonuses, and he has no idea what his password is even to his account. So it doesn't matter, but it's helping build my business. Okay, let me see what else I have in terms of that. So do you guys have questions? Is this making any kind of sense? What do you think? Does it make sense? Am I explaining it a little bit better? Does it answer your questions?
Yeah, for me, I think it makes sense because now I've heard it a couple times, but I think it's taken a couple times to hear the same thing said a little bit differently each time. Yeah.
I agree. It's very confusing. I mean, literally, I think probably these last 2 weeks, since I've had so many people asking me now, we're at that point that I had to really study it to understand it. The biggest thing is you want to just make sure a couple of things. You can always set your preferred placement to automatic, but once you start getting those once you start getting more and more coaches, you want to make sure you're strategically placing everybody. The best way to do that is keep an eye on your volume, try and keep them even, try and keep your business builders even, try and just make sure that, like I said, you just are keeping an eye. And then whenever you see people adding coaches, just know that, again, this is a team effort. So the more as a team we encourage each other, the more we work together to build it, everybody benefits. So you get to emerald, you benefit because not only is your team growing, but then you'll benefit from team cycle bonuses from the whole team building underneath you as well. So I think that's a good point, Catherine. I think that any of the videos that I posted, take some time to watch them, because go on YouTube, search it. You may find another coach that just kind of flows with the way you think a little bit better, and you can understand the way they explain it better. But, I think we're all in this to help people. That's, the first goal, absolutely. But I think that after, reading a lot that I've been reading now and watching a lot of those videos, the ultimate goal while helping people is also financial benefits. And if you're in it for a financial benefit, then you need to start recruiting, and you need to start sharing, and you need to start sharing the benefits of becoming a coach with people. And it can be intimidating and scary, but you never know if you don't ask, just like all the other stuff. And I just think that as you ask more, it becomes easier. And as you invite more to the sneak peeks, it becomes easier. And anytime anybody purchases even a challenge pack, I put the offer out there. They don't have to, but at least they know it's there. I think that, again, we're in it to help at least 3 people a month. We're in it to help. And no matter what, adding a coach is still helping people, because they're still, if anything, maybe even more, because there's a little more accountability there as a coach as well. So don't feel like you're being selfish by like looking at the financial side of things. If that at all, like, you know, scares you or like makes you feel that way. I think that you know, if that's a goal of yours to pay off your debt, to you know, whatever it is, pay for not to have, you know, go to work anymore. I don't know, whatever your why is in terms of the finances, the biggest way you're going to get there is by building your team. And I can tell you, just because I've seen it grow myself over the last, you know, 6 months, and adding coaches and sharing and telling, you know, that's the way you're going to get those financial benefits. So check all these videos out. If you have more questions about it, let me know. We can do a one-on-one to explain it a little better, walk through your own graphical genealogy in the back and kind of explain where everything is with the volume. But hopefully that makes a little more sense. So I think that's probably made everybody's brains hurt tonight. It made mine hurt a bit explaining it. Do you guys have any other questions or anything else that you want to share tonight? No? All right. Well, I think that I had one, and it kind of goes with what I was just talking about. So I'm going to end with my quote of the day is, what is your why? When you know why you do what you do, even the toughest days become easier. And I just think that knowing your why, no matter what it is, gets you, and it changes every day. It could change every month, but just remembering that when you're getting all those no's, or when, you know, you don't want to work out, or all those, it just knowing why you're doing what you're doing is going to make it all easier. So keep doing what you're doing. You guys are awesome. And I will talk to you guys later this week. And if you need anything, or next week, if you need anything, just let me know.
Thank you, Rania.
All right. Thank you. Have a good night.